everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am the Ink Northerner and this is my rundown of the games that I've been playing for the month of March. So I originally started a series called This Week I've Been Mostly Playing, where I picked up a few games in my backlog and began playing them, and it wasn't fun to play games that way. So I then changed it to a monthly cadence, again picking 4 games out of my backlog of Xbox 360 stuff, and once again it's not fun. This month I'm going to try it a bit different and just go through the games that I've been playing. I promise this will be the last time I change the way I do this series. You know, initially it was to get me to go through my back catalogue, but you know, it's just not been fun trying to play that way. So for the month of February, the games I had were Catherine, Lost Planet, Syndicate and Asura's Wrath. Now I did try and get through them all. Catherine was a really interesting puzzle platformer game. Asura's Wrath was an interesting story, very sort of Capcom. You know, you can tell it's Capcom. Very, how to put it, sort of Devil May Cry-esque. Syndicate and Lost Planet were okay, nothing immense. So yeah, just to try and get a bit more fun back into my gaming, I've decided I'm just going to start playing games, try to get through them, try to complete at least the story. If I can get 1,000 G's on them, I will do. And you know, just try to have fun with gaming again. So let's start off with the games that I've been playing that don't have achievements, and you know, just let me put some of the stuff out there. So first up, I've been playing the amazing Twilight Princess. Now I completed the Twilight Princess on the GameCube, so that's a Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and as part of my VR2Eddie rollercoaster, I wanted to get through Twilight Princess on the Wii. It was one of the games I wanted to go back to and try to complete. Now I don't actually have my Wii connected. I've got the Wii U set up, and it is a great way to play it. It's amazingly, you know, I like the idea of just playing it with the Wii U. It just seems to run a lot, you know, very smoothly. So like I said, I completed this on GameCube, and so far on the Wii I've got up to as far as picking up the Master Sword, so there's still quite a bit for me to do on it, but I'm just plodding through it, you know, getting along with it. As well as doing sort of, you know, pickups videos and things, I have been running a series where I play through Evercade games. Obviously I'm a big fan of the Evercade. You know, I try to promote it where I can. As part of this, I've been going through some of the games and giving them a longer play. Now the games that I've played so far in the series have been Gates of Zendikon, Water Margin, Crash and the Boys, Starluster, Dreamworld Porgy and Xevious. I have done a full play, well, let's say full play, I've put a couple of hours into each one, and then filmed, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour videos of me doing a longer play on them. Some of them have been really fun. You know, Water Margin was a great side-scrolling beat 'em up. Dreamworld Porgy is a fantastic little platformer. I actually played that through to completion. And Xevious is a good, you know, vertical shooter. It's not, you know, it's not as bullet hell as some of them, but it's great. Gates of Zendikon was pretty one-dimensional. Starluster and Crash and the Boys, I just really couldn't work out how to play them properly. Yeah, I've played through all of those in this month, and you know, it's been good, and I'm enjoying doing this Evercade series, getting to play through some of the longer, some of the videos that I've not played through. With that, I'm going to move on to some more modern games that I've been playing on Xbox One. Titles that I've played through and got 1,000 G on, just give you a bit of input into them and cut some footage in. So let's move on to the next set of games then. Okay, so we'll move on to some more modern games that I've played and got the 1000G on. And first up we have One Word by Paugi, or Paugi. I'm going to go with Paugi. This is one of 4 Paugi titles on the Xbox One. It's a word search game, as you can see from the footage, where you're given a quote with missing words and you have to find that word in the word search grid. The twist is that the word search grid is made up of the same letters that the word you're looking for is made up of, and it makes it really play tricks with your eyes and your mind. Now, to get to the 1000G, what I did with the achievements was I went in, looked at the achievements, looked at which puzzles corresponded to the achievement, completed the puzzles that corresponded, and that got me to the 1000G. I do intend, however, to be going back through and doing the other puzzles that are there, just to try and complete it as something to do when I'm having a bit of a quiet time. This is currently $6.99 in the Microsoft Store. They are available on PlayStation as well, but I'm not sure how much they are on PlayStation. And yeah, that is One Word by Paugi. Okay, the next game up is yet another game by the same company. This is called Crypto. It's another one of the another puzzle game in this Paugi set that I was talking about. This one is similar to One Word in that you're given a quote missing some words, and you've then got to attribute letters within the alphabet to the corresponding letters that are there to fill in the quote. Similar to the word search for the 1000G, what I did here was I looked at what puzzles were linked to achievements and just specifically completed those puzzles. Again, I intend on going back to them and actually fully completing the game. So this as well, same with the other Paugi titles, is £6.69 in the Microsoft Store. It will be available on PlayStation as well, but I'm not sure what price it goes for on PlayStation. It's an interesting puzzle game concept, and it's quite a good game to play. That is Crypto by Paugi. Okay, this next one is a game I actually started a couple of months ago. It's called Smart Moves. It's a retro-looking puzzle game in which you've got to kill snakes and open treasure chests. As I say, I started it a while back, but this month I went back to finish off the puzzles and get the remaining gamer score that I needed to get to the 1000G. You basically, you've got to get to that 1000G, you've got to kill X amount of snakes that go up in tiers of numbers, and open X amount of chests again that tier up in numbers. I think the top end was 45 of each. It's a very, very simple puzzle game, and you'll get the achievements dead easy if you're looking to hit the amount of achievements. At this time, Smart Moves will set you back £4.29 in the Microsoft Store. I'm not sure if this is available on PlayStation in order for you to get the platinum on it. If it is, then please let me know in the comments. But yeah, that was Smart Moves. Next up, we have a runner game called Man Paws. Now, I actually was told about this by Ross over at Bohoho. I'll put a link to Ross's channel in my description. He picked it up. I mentioned a game that I'm going to get to next in the WhatsApp group, and Ross pointed this was out on sale as well. As I say, it's a runner game where you've got many obstacles that you need to avoid, such as homing missiles and spike balls, etc. To get to the 1000G on Man Plus, you need to complete so many levels up to level 45. The weird thing about this, and if you're not expecting it, is that every time you, the weird thing about it, if you're not expecting it, is that every time you die, the level changes colour, and it really threw me at first. I was wondering what the hell was going on. I picked this up last week. I think it was third week in March. I picked it up on sale. It currently goes for $4.99 in the store. As I say, I picked it up on sale, but I can't remember how much it was going for on the sale. But yeah, $4.99 for 1000G, I didn't think was too bad. Yeah, so that was Pinkman Plus. Let's move on to the next game. So the final game from my purchases, my purchase backlog, is Hellbreachers. Now this came out last week, I think, on the Microsoft Store. It's a great little action platformer. Where you've got the choice of sort of three types. I specifically chose the knight, as he seemed to have more health over the magician or the assassin. Again, this is another easy 1000G, but that said, even though it is easy, it's still really fun to play. To get the achievements, they're hidden behind killing so many enemies, collecting so many coins, beating certain bosses, and completing certain levels. I think the highest level you've got to get to is level 45. Again, as with most of these games, I would recommend playing this even if you're not achievement hunting, as it is a really fun little game to play through. It's currently priced at £3.35 on the store, and usually goes at £4.19. I'm unsure whether this is on PlayStation or not, but again, if it is on PlayStation, I'd recommend playing it. Be easy platinum, and and fun game to play. And yeah, that is Hellbreachers even. So yeah. So we've been through the games that I not physically purchased, that purchased from the Microsoft Store. These have been some of them have been in my list to play for a while, and then others, picked them up when they've been on sale, such as Pinkman and then Hellbreachers as well. Let's move on to the games that I've played from Xbox Game Pass. Now, I believe on the 12th of March, it may have been, Microsoft released a load of Bethesda games, including the whole raft of Doom games. There was, I think, Prey is in there, and Dishonored may be in there as well. But I actually first up played Doom 64. Now, this is another game that I managed to hit the 1000G on. It's pretty straightforward when you follow the guide that I used from Achievement Land. That guide will be in the description as well. You basically use passwords to do certain things. Now, the good thing with Doom 64 and pretty much every Doom game is that even when you've done the achievements, it's still fun to go back and play through. I really enjoyed playing this game. I played quite a few games on it before I went through for the achievements, and yeah, Doom 64 is amazing. I'm tempted to try and find it for my Nintendo 64. But yeah, definitely, if you've not played a Doom game, stick Doom 64 in and get a playthrough. So the penultimate Game Pass game that I've played through in the month of March is this amazing puzzle game. It is called Donut County. Now, people should not be put off by the title of it or the graphic style. The game is really fun to play through, and the achievements are really rewarding. It reminds me a lot of the Katamari style games where you control something and basically swallow the world up around you to get bigger. In this case, you control a hull, and using the hull, you swallow up the environment around you, as I say, to get bigger. I did hit all of the achievements on it. It's the achievements aren't massively hard to hit. There are some that are missable. You can go back and redo them. What I would say is, even though I have all of the achievements on this title, the title is amazing, and I'm gladly going to play through it again in a couple of weeks' time just for fun. I highly recommend that people get this if you're a Game Pass subscriber. I suspect it will be available on the PlayStation Store as well. Definitely get it played. Absolutely fantastic game. Okay, so the final game that I managed to play through this month, fully and complete as far as the main story goes, is Control. Control is a great action sort of adventure fighting style game, shooter as well. It's got some great telekinetic power concepts involved. You play as a pretty strong female lead in this, and she becomes the head of a government agency, and she has to take down the evil Hiss enemy. The game is creepy enough. There's some puzzle elements to it which are challenging. There are a lot of fights in it that are really hard to win. You don't have massive amounts of energy, life, and the enemies are really strong, and can be pretty hard to beat. However, don't let that put you off. It is fantastic. If you really want to, there is a way you can turn a mode on that will give you a lot of assists, so you can do one-shot kills and things like that. As I say, at this moment in time, I've completed it as far as the main story goes. What I intend to do is go back through and mop everything up that I've missed. I can't highly recommend that how do I put this? It's an amazing game. I highly recommend, if you've not played it, then play it. It did have the definitive edition or a complete edition released recently. I believe it's also out on PS Now as well for anybody who's a PlayStation player out there. Definitely go and play Control. Okay, so last bits and pieces of games that I've been playing that I've not actually captured any footage of. I've been playing through Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's an amazing game. I would have completed it had I not been an idiot, and I've done loads of side stuff thinking that it was part of the main story. My character is super powerful now, and I've not done much of the story. I just played through it, blindly. Turns out when I worked out how to get back to the main story, I managed to blast through quite a few of the pledge maps, the pledges, and now it's starting to creep up to the point where enemies are becoming as powerful as me, so it's starting to get a bit more challenging again now. I keep giving superlatives to these games, but I can't recommend Assassin's Creed Valhalla more either. Fantastic game. Now, the last game that I've been playing was another one that was on my 5 games I wanted to go back and finish VR to Eddie over at Rollercore. Again, I'll link Eddie's channel in the description. You can go and check him out if if you've not seen any of his stuff. Highly doubt that you won't have done though. And the game in question is Far Cry Primal. I've got to a stage again with Primal where it's got a bit boring, I think. I don't know what it is. The story just doesn't gel with me, and I really do like the Far Cry series. It just doesn't feel as good as New Dawn and Far Cry 4 and 5 were, and 3 on the earlier consoles. I would still recommend a playthrough of Primal, but I'd caution that it's not the same as the rest in that series. And that's it, people. That is the games that I've been playing this month. I I'm going to keep the title of this month I've been mostly playing. I'm going to try and keep doing it in this format where I capture some footage, anything that I can't capture footage of, or anything that I've just been playing bits and pieces of, drop it in at the end, or drop bits and pieces in at the start. And yeah, that is the games that I played through. All that is left for me to do is thank you for watching. I have been the Ink Northerner, and I'll catch you on the next one.